Hello, everybody. Welcome to Soul Cards. And if any part of this reading resonates, please like, comment, share, or subscribe. I would definitely love to hear from you guys. And if you would like to book a reading with me, all the information is in the description below. Okay, so when I first took out the deck, I saw this card, and now we have it again here after I shuffled it. And it's your finance and your future. And I am getting an energy that if there has been any type of blockages pertaining to your finances, I'm getting bigly, all that is kind of going to be removed. You might be seeing a lot of twos also as well. You are also kind of like, pushing through, minding your money, and there is definitely going to be some big reward coming in pertaining to this. And we have, we had this in my previous reading, and we keep getting this same energy. Things don't change overnight. So, we have the Mask card here, and we have also followed by that love and strong affection. So yeah, I'm getting that also pertaining to love. If there's been any blockages pertaining to love, whatever it might be, energies, if you're going through the twin flame journey, if you're in the stage of separation, that is also going to be removed in the near future. And we are getting an energy where I feel like your person kind of already knows about the connection, but they are not really showing their true feelings. Why are they're not showing their true feelings? Well, okay, we got the twin flame card right here. We got twin flame, and followed by that, we have legal matters, these dispute. And this is that same energy we've been getting, like your person really being on God's court. I don't know if you've also noticed, if you've been seeing numbers and synchronicities, you weren't, when you were born, were you seeing numbers and synchronicities? No. You start seeing numbers and synchronicities when you go through a spiritual awakening. And it's like the way that God kind of communicates with people who are more spiritually inclined, like, hey, I exist. Hey, I'm guiding your journey. And that is pretty much, if you've been seeing a lot of numbers like crazy, it's kind of like that's the overall message. It's twin flames. People who, not everybody see numbers. I've awakened people to numbers too. I had a friend the other day where I was like, do you see numbers? And he was like, no, I don't see numbers at all. And I was like, you'll see in 2 weeks or so, you're going to start seeing numbers, and boom. He texts me, oh my God, I just saw this. And then he's like, we had a conversation the other day. This was a while ago. And he's like, since you told me that, I have not been able to stop seeing numbers. So everybody's kind of going through this spiritual awakening to the new language of the universe that's kind of going on right now. And that's not for everybody, because people who are more not spiritually inclined, or maybe, people who have more of an old school mindset, they might be more religious. And how I said, everything is okay, because not everybody is meant to walk through these spiritual journeys. Some people are meant to be with soulmates. Some people are meant to be with twin flames. Some people, some people also come only into karmatic relationships their whole lives. It really depends on the level of your soul. But it's different right now, where a lot of people, this new era, God is really trying to uplift, I'm getting, the vibration of the universe, which is these relationships. These relationships have already exist, but I don't know why more, God is getting everybody ready to come into these type of relationships. Everybody who deserves it. Everybody who has done the spiritual work, because these type of connections are not for everybody. And your person, I'm getting also they're getting to a sense where, you know, they know you're the twin flame. They're in God's court right now. I feel like they're being really pushed on the walls right now, because you, divine feminine, if you know, resonate with the divine feminine energy, if you're a divine masculine, you know, take it as it is. I read energies, not gender. But you, divine feminine, in higher realms, you kind of been pushing really this relationship, and you've been working with the universe, you know, and you've been working and manifesting for a while, like this relationship. We got the divine timing card right here. It's just been a matter of divine timing. It's been a matter of divine timing. Like, God wants you to know that if this person is going through anything that they need to let go of, they are going to let go of, because they are seeing signs and synchronicities everywhere, like you've been seeing signs and synchronicities. The only thing is very weird, because sometimes, like, everybody's twin flame journey is really different, but a lot of twin flames kind of go through the same thing. Example, like the correct, oh, sorry about that. I just said something, but yeah, the characteristics of twin flames, like, a lot of them are born in the same city, a lot of them are the same sign, a lot of them are born in the same time. A lot of them have an age in gap, like there's a gap age between 5 to 8 years, because there's something about the divine that there's, like, the divine timing is really different, and more when you guys are born as well. But it's for a reason, because I feel like the divine masculine energy sometimes, our divine masculines, take more time to mature than divine feminines. And that's for sure. I feel like men do take more time to mature than women. And, you know, it's kind of making you both just come into this balance with one another. And, you know, also, like, there's always maybe an event that really brings these union together. Like, just the way how you meet your twin is just so odd. You're like, this is so odd. And then the signs that you receive with the years, it's odd. If you haven't received no signs, or if you want to receive a sign, you got to ask God, and trust me, they're going to send it in a way that's going to be, this is my twin. And for some reason, it's given to one energy first than the other. But that's what you think, because, but it's weird, because, like, it's given to one energy first, yeah. But then you guys come into union first in the 5th dimension. And, you know, the 5th dimension is where you're able to connect with your spirit guides, if you're spiritually inclined. When you meditate and you're in that meditative state, you're connecting to the 5th dimension. Is where God is able to, is where God has his system of, like, his spirit guides. You know, the reason I know this is because I'm able to see my spirit guides. And but I don't know, pertaining to your person, I feel bigly like your person is getting to a sense of, you know, no, like, this is my twin flame. Whatever they're going through right now, there is just gonna be such a big change and transition. And we really been getting this energy where it's gonna be super unexpected. If there's a third party, if there's any energy that has been, you know, kind of in your energy's person, is really gonna be removed. And there is going to be some sense of, like, happiness pertaining to this, because I feel like you is something like you've been patient for. You've been waiting for the divine to show this person, and you've been silent about it. You've been really, really silent about it. And I feel like this silence, because you know who this person is and this person knows who you are, but I feel like your person didn't really recognize who you were when they saw you. And they maybe thought like they were, you know, I don't want to say more than you, because that's not like the definition, but you know when you like you see somebody and then you're like, you know, maybe I could do better or not my type. But that's not twin flame energy, man. When that ego is in between twin flames, it doesn't matter, people. And this is not to insult anybody. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter your looks. It doesn't matter how you dress. If you both have that ego energy, because the thing about the fifth dimension and what is so complex about it is that in the fifth dimension, you have your higher selves and you also have that energy of the ego, which is separate. Like the ego, it's its own mind, and the ego kind of built itself with the years, because when you are born with no ego. But with time, when you start getting your fears and all that, or maybe things you left behind of yourself, that becomes a concentrated energy right there, and it has its own little mind, right? And when that energy is there in between twins in the fifth dimension, you know, it's not like one is gonna run from the connection because of the fears, because of the ego. Like it that's why it takes time twin flames to meet and come into union. And if you are in this reading, I want you to know that, you know, a lot of you are really meant to come into these twin flame unions. And you know, this is something that we might question, but it's something that it already exists. You know, we might not really understand why we go through these processes and why it exposes so much of ourselves, because it does expose a lot, right? It exposes a lot. It's the perfect mirror. The thing about twin flames is that in higher realms, like each twin flame has its own frequency. Think about it like a radio station, right? You know, when you change your radio station and you listen to different music, different stations, whatever, it's the same thing with every single twin flame in the universe. But there's a specific frequency for each and one of you that connects y'all both. And I'm gonna explain it with a little little graph here of, so you guys can understand what I'm really speaking about these frequencies. And it's above human hearing. So the human ear, we listen from 20 kilohertz to 20,000 kilohertz. Any above 20,000, it's above human hearing. Like dolphins will kind of experience that above 20,000, and that's why they kind of like, they could kind of like you know, they communicate with, they have like a radar in their brain. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that was a little off of topic. But above those frequencies, each and one single twin flame in the universe has its own single frequency, its own radio station, and it's where you're able to connect. And that's why nobody else could connect with you there unless it's your spirit guide, unless it's your twin. You know, some people only have, you know, God as their spirit guide, and is that frequency where you're able to connect with God. And that's why a lot of people, if any of you experience ringing in your ear, that's God uplifting your frequency, and it's for you to be able to kind of get to higher realms. That's not for everybody, but if anybody has any tinnitus, ringing in your ear, it's for a purpose. All right. So yeah, back to this, like, I don't know what your person is gonna go through, and we've been getting this energy a lot, and we've been getting it for a minute. And there is gonna be like, there is something that's gonna be super exposed, and it's gonna be super by God to your person, that it's gonna expose a lot, and it's gonna make them go kind of through a sense of pain, where they're gonna recognize that there was a lot of lies, a lot of cheating, a lot of broken trust with whatever they're going through. And you know, this is kind of like this person's karma, because we all been a karmic person in somebody's life, in our life, until we get to this person. And sometimes, you know, we might not like what we see, but our person kind of need to go through these relationships so it builds them for the twin flame journey. The only thing that for the divine, maybe for your energy, it was a little different, where you were kind of exposed spiritually, and then this person's ego kind of was taking control, and you know, that is going to be really exposed, kind of like all at once. I'm getting that ego energy that your person been kind of hanging around in higher realms. Their higher selves kind of been like really fighting with this ego energy. And we really been getting here that there's a whole lot of divine intervention pertaining to this, where that energy is really being exposed to your person, where they're starting to recognize, like, I am really living of my ego and not of my higher self. I've been suppressing all these emotions. I've been suppressing of who my person really is. And I don't know why, but this is getting like, if you haven't heard from your person and you kind of feel like, you know, this silence is kind of killing you, and you don't really feel like they love you or whatever, they really see you as this independent, and they've always seen you like this, even though they really do not communicate this. But you are very independent. And you know, during the years, maybe during this separation, they have seen they are starting to see the amount of growth that you did, that you were maybe someone that people didn't really think or believe that you could do something, and now they're kind of like sitting here like, you know, wow, look at all the change that you have done. Look at all, look at how this person has moved, which is way different of the energies that they have in their life, which only really takes from them. I'm getting like they're in an energy where they've been surrounded by people that only kind of like takes from them. And that's why their higher selves is coming in, and God is coming in, and God is intervening, because God intervened once, like one time in your life with your twin flame, and they showed you your twin. And it's going to be the same thing with your person. It's going to be like the same signs that you received, even though you don't think that's possible. But if you receive them once, why can't your person receive them? And I'm seeing 1524, and these are numbers I see a lot. And this is really just, if God has someone or something for you, nobody could take it away. This is destiny, is meant to be. You guys, these twin flame journeys are meant to be. These karmics are meant to go. All that energy is going to be removed by the divine. And, you know, because you are this person's person. Alright, so what is really being exposed right now? What is really being exposed right now to this person pertaining to the connection? What is being exposed? I don't know, I'm kind of getting, we have the dating card here. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, how I said, whenever God is ready to show these connections to one another, it's in a way where you feel the love. It's like you feel the romance for the first time. when you first know of your person, and then the ego comes in, and you're like, oh no, that's not your person. And then you start receiving more signs and more signs and more signs. And yeah, that's really being exposed by the universe, the truth of who they're meant to be. Hello. There's no comparing you. And a lot of things are being exposed in this person's life. Like, they might have some unhealthy attachments. A lot of it may be partying to kind of numb a lot of things. And, you know, the universe is letting them know that with you, there is going to be some sort of sense of balance when it comes to this. Some balance, which is needed. Because I feel like maybe you're the type of person that you're so emotional that it really doesn't let you do other tasks. Or and if you do the other tasks, like, it might take you double the strength because you're going through these spiritual processes. And you are being elevated spiritually. And the thing that you don't know is that when you're elevated spiritually, your DNA switches completely. And you're kind of getting that. And that makes your body really tired going through spiritual processes. And that's why you might feel like that. And, you know, all of that, like, the divine does its things, even though it takes time, and these spiritual journeys take time to really come in together. Like, when they do, it's gonna be something really beautiful. And this person's intuition, like, I don't know, they're whatever they're going, wherever they're seeing, I feel like they're seeing some sort of sense of peace with you. And for some reason, they feel like they need to come in and apologize for whatever they put you through, because you are their twin. There's facts that really unite you both, letting each other know that you both are vice versa each other's twin. And that is really being illuminated. And that is like your person's intuition is really kicking in with this. Yeah, like, everything is being exposed. I feel like if there were the karmic, they're getting ready to really leave this behind. Leave all the karmic, all the toxic energies behind. Because that is being exposed. And it's not being exposed like by anybody. It's really being exposed by God. And I feel like this person has really been praying on it. If they're praying for love. And God is really illuminating them the way of where they need to go pertaining the journey. Oh, I need some water. But yeah, where they need to go pertaining the journey. And you guys, we've been getting this a lot, where whatever you have is kind of already faded. Like, there is going to be some sort of faded reunion between you and your twin. That's kind of like already set by God. It's like your first kind of date after the chaos, after the war. Really something that's faded for you. And it's going to bring some new sense of hope, love, and, you know, there is going to be some sort of big ending pertaining to the person that you are thinking about right now. All right. And if you have lost some sense of faith pertaining to this journey, the divine is really asking you to really have faith pertaining for it. Where if you're going through a third party situation, you know, the real truth is being illuminated by the divine, and you're not going to left behind. I know there has been some sort of difficulties pertaining to maybe you and your person connecting, and all that blockage, all that energy that has been interfering for you and your person to come into this union, it's gonna be it's just gonna come in a beautiful way, because I'm just getting an energy where you really deserve it. You've been doing the work, you've been working with the divine, you've been distanced, you've been giving this person the time, like the space, all the space in the universe for them to be able to come into their own terms. Because I feel like these are other type of connections where you can't just text this person, because sometimes these twin flame journeys kind of feel even more platonic than anything else. But in the divine, there's really no platonic more pertaining to this journey. More when you're God's creation, and imagine your soul being created and your soul being split in half. Boom. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Like, there is nobody can mimic your energy. Nobody could be you, divine feminine. Nobody can be your person's twin, because even though they want to, they're not in that radio station that I was saying about. Oh wow. Yeah, I have another deck here, and we got the twin flame card again. It just flew out. And then we have, followed by that, new love. A new chapter begins with a new chapter of love begins. All right, yeah. This is giving me the energies that this is definitely your twin flame. And you are going to start seeing things really come into alignment, because I feel like you set your own boundaries for yourself, and that's kind of like how it goes to these type of connections. Before they come in union, they make you feel all type of emotions, all type of situations also. And having your own boundaries is also kind of the thing where you kind of learn that the divine is doing its thing, and you keep your distance, and you let the divine do its thing. You let that person recognize their own ego. You have done that work. You've been distanced. And this is being illuminated in a way that you have no idea. I feel like your person is really going out of their mind right now, where they're confused. If they might be dealing with a third party and they're seeing so many signs and synchronicities, and then, they start seeing you now. Imagine how confusing that is after maybe they've been in this situation after a period of time. It's going to be something that is not going to be easy to let go, but they are going to let go. Because God knows how to push buttons. When God pushes buttons, you will listen. Everybody listens to God. Even the most dangerous things in this universe, the things that are low vibrational, another thing. Things that are low vibrational, how I was saying, of those frequencies are below 20. So below 20 is like, witchcraft, the devil, all that kind of junky stuff. That's below 20. And all that exists, and all that fears the power of God. They say, and I heard this once, I don't know where I read this, but they say that one day even all those energies are going to disappear, because even they fear the power of God. Like, God can make them disappear if he wanted to, but there's something about God that, I don't know, there's a lot of free will pertaining also to humans and all those energies. A lot of free will, but I'm going to tell you this. Between sky here on earth and hell, everything is paid. Like, if you're a person that you come into this earth and you have that dark ego, having a dark ego and an energy that is just bad and kills people and whatever, hell exists, and that's a place where you don't want to be. But your person, back to your person, your person is really it's going to take the lead. They're going to take the lead, and they are paying attention to the red flags, because I feel like you've been seeing the red flags from miles away from your person, and your person has not been able to see the red flags. But because of this spiritual connection that you both have, and because you've been pushing in higher realms in the fifth dimension, you're like, yo, what are you doing? Like, hello, don't you see what the red flag? I feel like that's your energy right now, where you're like, hello, this are like red flags. You could do better over here. And that's why your person is taking the lead. Because you've been the thing about these connections is that even though you don't want to depend on a person before this really like comes together, even though you don't want to depend on it, even though you don't want to depend on this person, that's another situation that's illuminated in your life where you spiritually kind of do need to depend on this person to make the right choice to come into this union. And if they were not going to make the right choice, God wouldn't even put you kind of in this process where you guys run and chase and you feel like it's so impossible, like, oh my God, when am I gonna come into this connection? Like, it feels so overwhelming. It's not for everybody. That's why we see soulmate connections out there and we're like, maybe a high level soulmate is better, because like, wow, they fall in love and it's a union that they come in together and they work with their flaws together because they're not in that same frequency. Soulmates have high-level soulmates or soulmates have a similar frequency, but not the same. Twin flames had the same, and that same energy space. And that's why it's just like boom, boom, boom. Like, listen to the name. Even twin flames sound, the name, the expression twin flames, like you hear that for the first time and you're like, what? Twin flames? Like, it's something that it's very high vibrational, but before it comes into union, like, there's so much work that goes on that it's just a ballistic of emotions. All right, it's a ballistic of emotions, and it's that energy of you depending on this person. Like, God shows you how to like even though you don't want to depend on this person to make the right choice, and you kind of like learn how to do your own thing, God is also showing you how to depend and forgive. I wouldn't show you your person if it wasn't meant to be. Trust that when it comes into union, you are gonna understand more than what was really shown to you. Remember that one information is always given to one person first and then the other. Imagine if you both knew and then you come into this union and then that ego of y'all start fighting, because the ego energy is just like crazy. The ego energy, it's its own thing, and it's something that's built with the years, and it's something that reflects itself in your person. And that's why when you meet your person, a lot of things is exposed of that energy. You kind of go through that ego death. I was saying this in my previous reading, things that you felt that you left behind and that weren't a part of you, you really start to leave that behind, and when it's exposed, and then you start healing those aspects. Okay, like, I flipped the deck and we have bottom of the deck, leave your fears behind. They are stopping you. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming. And no, this is not your energy. This is not you. I feel like you have fears, but your person has fears, and this is really being exposed. Like, your person has also so many wounded things and fears and more insecurities now that they know that you're the twin, that this is being exposed from the universe, and they're asking them to, to free themselves of the fears and to really trust the divine. And this person is really religious, and trust me, when God communicates, he communicates. And if this person is someone that's religious, if they're more in the religious inclined, because I feel like you've awakened this person to spirituality in a sense. And if they're religious and they believe in God, and then God communicates, they are going to listen, and they are listening to their intuition pertaining to this connection. And if they've been distant, this distance is going to come to a close, because you both are twin flames and you both are just really compatible and really just made for one another. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it right here. If you haven't already, please like, comment, share, or subscribe to my channel. If you want to book a reading, all the information is in the description below. And I will talk to you guys next time.